UFC Dana White Contender Series Week 6 just happened, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the first fight all the way up to the main event. Before we start this card, though, or my reviews or whatever you want to call it, there's no UFC this weekend, which I'm very devastated for. Or I guess I'm devastated that there's no UFC. There's nothing I'm going to be able to do on my Saturday night. So, thank God that there's probably no boxing going on. Even if there is, I'm not going to watch it because, I'm not going to spend my life on a fight that literally is just pitter-patting. You know what I'm saying? Pitter-patter bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I'm kind of fucking pissed that there's no UFC this weekend. But it don't matter. This was a pretty solid card too. Talking about the Contender Series. So, let's just get right into it with Rafael Uchengabu versus Corey Kovacic. I don't really know. Overall, with this fight, I'm going to be honest, I really liked Rafael in the beginning. He started off very, very strong. I think he was trying to go for a takedown in one instance where it was like 15, 20 seconds into the fight. Didn't really get it. There was a fence grab from Cody. He did that a couple times, which I'm not going to lie. He probably should have got a point taken away, but didn't really matter in this fight. Rafael was able to get a takedown in this fight and pretty much do nothing with it. He basically was the one that was getting controlled the whole entire time. And I wouldn't say he got stomped on. It was up until the third round where, the fight literally just starts. It just starts, and Rafael pressures with a jab. Cody, which is weird. We've been getting a lot of overhand knockouts. I'm not going to lie. At least, just overhand counters. Cody throws a left overhand straight to Rafael's chin, I want to say, rocking him, pushing him back. Cody gets the left hook, drops him. And the only reason why I go straight into this is because nothing really happened throughout the fight. Cody was just really getting control, doing damage on the ground because Rafael refused to stay on the feet. I don't really know. It was very weird. Rafael looked like the fresher, faster fighter, while Cody just kind of looked like the dude that was standing there. But he obviously packed a lot more of a punch, and he fucking proved that against Rafael. And overall, I'm not surprised that Cody got a contract. It was a pretty good contract. Do I think he's going to succeed in the UFC? I'm not so sure. Very patient guy, not bad wrestling at all. He has pretty good defense. Not very great at advancing. He kind of just stayed in guard, I want to say, throughout the whole fight. But once it got to the feet and he was able to get that counter, hurt Rafael and get the knockout, it was a fucking sick-ass knockout.
To keep it on the feet.
So, yeah, moving on to the next fight, which this was the worst fight on the card, without a doubt. This was a awful fucking fight. Hyun-Soo Hwan versus Paddy McCrory. Yeah, this fight was god-awful. Really nothing against McCrory. I think McCrory overall, he had really good kicks with his teeps, leg kicks, very good counter strikes with his lead right hook, I think it was. But overall, how I really felt about this fight was Hwang would pretty much just pressure the whole time and do zero. He would do zero, and then McCrory would let him pressure, let him come in, and he would attack. And Paddy really just didn't, prove anything. That's it. In my personal opinion, this fight, Hwang took a lot of damage, I guess. In the end, I think Paddy was the one that took more damage. Look at his face versus Hwang. Looking at these stats is very weird, but overall, yeah, there was a moment where I think Paddy landed a uppercut on Hwang. If not, it was a straight, and Hwang landed an uppercut. So they had exchanges where they would hit each other, and it looked pretty nice. But overall, it just really wasn't a very brutal fight or a very I want to be in the UFC fight. Hwang, he's coming off a 3-year layoff. He I was on a 2-fight win streak coming into this fight, I think. And overall, he's definitely will not be the next Korean Zombie because this guy didn't even care to go for a submission. I don't even know what he did. Overall, once again, terrible fucking fight. Couldn't really care about it. Moving on to the next one. We have Tommy Gannat. I don't want to get his name wrong because this guy did really, really good. And this was a grudge match, actually, versus Adam Livingston. This fight, it ended instantly. I wouldn't say instantly, but I would say, once Tommy was able to get the ground game going, it was pretty much game from there. There was a moment, not even a moment, Tommy went straight for the clinch, trying to get something going. Adam's doing a pretty good job what is it called? Framing. He's doing a pretty solid job, I want to say, framing away from Tommy. Can't get it, though. Tommy's able to get his grips, and he pretty much throws him down to the ground. Livingston's able to get back up until Tommy gets a slam, which was fucking awesome to see. I mean, Tommy's supposedly a NCAA wrestler, if I'm right, and he's one of DC's boys. So, and I ain't even gonna lie, with Jacoby Smith, if I'm right, him and Jacoby Smith, they're looking like pretty solid guys. I mean, Tommy didn't really show a lot. He only threw total strikes 15, significant. He only landed 3. He didn't miss any, but still, this was a really fast fight. And Tommy looked really good on the fucking ground. 32 years old. I don't know what he can bring to the lightweight division, but, you know, his wrestling does look pretty solid. And, yeah, basically what happened was I want to say that Tommy was on Livingston's back, and then Livingston was able to get up, had his head under Tommy's chest or some shit. I mean, they were just kind of, like, not scrambling, but making their ways back up. Tommy was able to get a standing guillotine, and Adam, man, I'm just going to keep it real, dude. You don't do this shit, dog. Like, you just don't. Why would you fall backwards? Like, I guess he kind of thought he could just, like, get his head out if he just, like, pushed far back going into a guard. But it was just so stupid. I mean, he just didn't try to fight at all. And, yeah, the guillotine was in. It wasn't even a top mount or full guard guillotine. It was like a side control guillotine. Looked more like a crank. And overall, it was a really good performance from Tommy. And it was a grudge match. I mean, Adam was talking shit, talking about how he's a pretty boy and blah, 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 and they have beef, and he's not going to get into details. But, of course, you know, when Tommy won this fight, Tommy stood on business, was staring at this dude, and Adam did not want any of it. It was pretty fucking funny, actually. So this was a pretty good fight. Pretty cool seeing Tommy in the UFC. I think maybe he can bring something. I mean, it's a lightweight division. Also, another thing that I have a problem with Adam Livingston is that he took this fight as his debut at lightweight. That is the dumbest thing that you could do. Like, this is the biggest opportunity of your life, and he's fought at middleweight, fought at welterweight, and this motherfucker decides, hey, let me drop down another 15 pounds and see how I can do. I don't get the knowledge there, man. You just fucked up your chances. Maybe you can come back, but overall, whatever, dude. Tommy got the choke. Really good choke. Moving on to Muhammad Ali versus Iwa Baranuski. I'm going to keep it real. Right when I saw the promo of this, I knew who's fucking winning. I mean, you got goddamn Ivan Drago or whatever the hell you want to call him saying, I have to destroy this man. I will kill him. I will crush his dreams. This man, I have nothing to say. I really just let the clip play because I want to just make that very, very much, because I want to make sure that I said that. I said clip because it did sound like I said something else, but basically this fight just starts off. Ali throws a huge fucking leg kick. Not huge, but it's enough to knock Iwa down, I think, and Iwa gets back up. He says, you know what? Fuck this, brother. Fuck, brother. I will destroy you, brother. When I paralyze you and your wife is holding your hand and you can only feel the numbness in your fingers of her touch, then I will feel victorious in my fight. Because this man, Iwa, he did nothing but come for fucking damage, come for a knockout, and that's what he did. Ali goes in for a jab, just like the last fucking fight I was talking about, and Iwa throws a left hand, or I want to say it was a right as well, a right overhand, catches Ali right on the chin, knocks him out. I mean, I think Beltran should have stopped it right there. Not that it was an early stoppage, it was a little iffy, but yeah, that was it. I mean, also, once I saw him train with the Thing 1, Thing 2, you know, Olin Shaken brothers, he was training with Kaiseri, I don't fucking know his name, but anyways, not the point. It was a good-ass knockout. We move on to our main event. Maxon Lee versus Etcher. Or no, it's Hetcher. I don't remember. They were talking about it. I kind of forgot. Sosa. Overall, how I felt about this fight, these were actually the two fighters that I watched highlights on, and I'm not going to lie, you know, being the casual that I am, I kind of had Lee winning this fight. I think it was more because, you know, more flashy, 6'1" in the bantamweight division. I mean, that's height. Height plays a fucking part. Let's be real, y'all. Height, range, all that shit plays a part whenever you're fighting. But you know what plays the biggest part? Skill. And Hetcher has the skill. Sosa, I mean, his takedown, his pressure, his game plan going into this fight was so smart. It was basically like just give Lee no room to breathe, and that's what Sosa did. Even in the striking exchanges, never played far, never kept distance from Sosa or from Lee. Lee did have a couple spinning attacks, but I'm not even gonna lie, for the most part, Sosa would just react on those and get takedowns. And overall, like I said, looking at the stats right now, he took no damage in this fight. Lee only landed 13 total strikes out of 29. Just a very dominant fight by Sosa. Even, there was a moment where Lee got I want to say a pretty tight guillotine, but Sosa just played it so smart and stacking and staying up, not dropping to his knees, not giving into position like Livingston was doing. Overall, I just think Sosa did really well. I'm surprised he didn't get a finish at all. Of course, with Maxon, I think in all, he just needs to get a better grappling game going, because his striking didn't look great. It didn't look bad, but it's more of, Sosa just didn't really, I guess they didn't really exchange a lot on the feet. It was more just takedowns. 10 minutes and 53 seconds, that's more than half of the fight, literally half of the fight. That's 2 rounds. And yeah, Lee just really didn't have any answers to Sosa. Sosa looked really good. He trains with Taporia, so I wasn't surprised that he was coming out here dominating. Very good wrestling, very good striking, very smart. There would be those body uppercuts, those overhands, flashes of Ilya. Even the grappling, right when they went straight into the wrestling like Sosa, I kind of knew it was over. Sosa getting his throws and his inside trips, or I think they were outside, but either way, this was completely based off experience and skill, and Sosa showed that a million times over. 100% deserved the contract. Same as Iwan. I don't think I mentioned that about him getting the contract, but both these dudes, pretty much everyone besides McCory, which I don't even want to say he did bad. It was just more of the fight. He didn't show as much. Wasn't his night, like Dana said. And yeah, overall with this card, though, I'm going to keep it real. It was a really solid card. Even the decision fight, it wasn't great, but, better than Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos, that type of fight. And yeah, this week, I'm going to keep it real. It was a really solid week. Would I say it was better than last week's? Fuck no. I still think it was a pretty solid card, so I'd probably give it about a 7, maybe like a light 8. That's really how I'm feeling about it. And yeah, there's no UFC going on next weekend or this weekend, so there will be the Contender Series. I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll make a video about some predictions. I don't really know. Other than that, though, I really appreciate you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you.